I'm Neha Datta. Welcome to my channel Eternal Love for Baking and Foods. Today I'll be sharing the basic sponge cake, vanilla sponge cake recipe with you all. This is my mom's recipe. When I was a kid, she used to do a lot of baking, so I have took up this recipe from her. Hope you all like it. So let's start the cake. Now for this, the basic ingredients that we are going to require are 3 eggs, then 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, half teaspoon of baking soda, 1 cup oil and half teaspoon of vanilla extract or vanilla essence, whatever you can get. Now first we will start out with our eggs. I have taken 2 eggs. We are going to beat our eggs, and beating the eggs you can use hand blender, stand hand blender or electronic blender, whatever you have, and we have to beat it until we get soft peaks, because that's going to give air bubbles in our cake and that's going to make the cake more soft and moist. So let's start blending our eggs. We'll gradually increase the speed for the blending. Around after 5 minutes of beating the eggs, we'll continue for a few more minutes and then it will be finally done. Almost done. So gradually we'll start adding our granulated sugar to it and we'll continue beating the eggs with it. Now at the end we'll put the entire sugar in it and finally we'll blend it once again. The speed is medium, it's not very high or it's not too low. We'll start adding the oil slowly. We're putting the entire oil in it and finally blending the whole thing. We're going to add half teaspoon of vanilla extract. Using vanilla extract because it gives a better taste than vanilla essence. Now the blending is almost done. We'll stop blending it further and now we'll add the dry ingredients, that is our all-purpose flour and baking powder and baking soda. Now remember that when you are adding your flour, you need to sift it so that in case there are any lumps, those lumps will be removed. You can then add your flour into your wet ingredients. Now we are going to sift baking powder as well because there are a few lumps there, so we are going to sift that also, and our baking soda as well. Now we have added our dry ingredients. Now we'll start mixing it. Just remember that when you start mixing your dry ingredients with the wet ones, you need to use cut and fold method. Do not overmix it, because in that case you will lose your air bubbles and the cake won't be soft enough and it won't rise much. So it's very important that you use cut and fold method, the way I'm doing it. You don't need to mix much, just the batter needs to get dissolved, the dry ingredients needs to get mixed up with the wet ones, and that's all we are done with then. We're almost done mixing it. This is how it's going to look. When you drip it, this is how the batter should look. When you get this kind of batter, and this, you need to assess that it's almost done. We are not going to mix it further. Now we are going to put it in our baking dish. I have already greased my baking dish with, you can use oil or butter or ghee, and sprinkle a little bit all-purpose flour over it, and then it's ready to go. If you want, you can use parchment paper or butter paper, and then you can put your batter on it. We are going to pour our batter in our baking dish now. noticed that you need to get this ribbon-like look when your batter is put on the baking dish. This is an indication that your batter is perfect for the cake. How our final cake batter looks like. You can see small bubbles. This indicates that your cake is going to be moist and spongy. This air bubbles are very important, so we are going to put it very quickly in the oven so that we don't lose our air bubbles. Before that, I'm going to decorate it with some nuts. You can use any nuts of your choice. I have used almonds, few cashew nuts and raisins. You can observe that I have coated it with some white thing. This is an all-purpose flour. I have coated it with all-purpose flour so that they remain on the top of the cake and then they don't sink in at the bottom. This is the main purpose, so that it looks beautiful when the cake is finally baked. Now it's good to go in the oven, and I have already preheated my oven at 180 degrees centigrade. I'm going to bake it for around 30 to 40 minutes. It varies from microwave to microwave. In your case, it may take 35 minutes or 40 minutes. So I'll suggest that after 30 minutes, take out your cake, insert a toothpick or a knife and check whether it's done or not. If it's done, you stop there, and if you think that it's yet uncooked, then bake it for a few more minutes, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and that's it. We are ready to go. Is ready. This is how it looks like now after baking. I'll let it cool for a while now, and then I'll cut the pieces and show you how it looks like from inside. So you can see a piece of cake I have cut it. This is how it looks from inside. It's very soft, spongy and moist. You can see, and I'm pressing it. This is how it looks. It's completely soft. So hope you enjoy baking this cake. Enjoy eating. Like my channel, do subscribe and share it among your friends. Thank you. Bye bye.